Hello, welcome to day number 36 of 100 Days of Manifestation. So, I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about taking aligned action to manifest your desires because it is aligned action that will allow you to receive whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest. Now, we've had this bit of an overarching theme this week. It's been all about shifting out of scarcity mindset, shifting into prosperous thinking. One of the steps in there, because I shared a 5-step process, which you can go back to Monday's live if you want to. Let me think of the number. It must be about 31. If this is 36 minus 5, it must be 31. So go back to day number 31 if you haven't watched that longer session with a bit more about that process. But on the 5th step, what I was talking about was aligned action. And you've probably heard me say it before. It's one of my favorite quotes, and it's from Wallace D. Wattles. And I think he highlights this. It just encapsulates this kind of philosophy around the importance of aligned action in manifestation. So he said in his book, by thought, the thing that you desire is brought to you, but by action, you receive it. So that says to me that in his experience, you can do all the thinking you want in the world. And when we're talking about the field of infinite potential, the quantum field, you may be manifesting in the vortex. It's there on an energetic level. So by thought, the thing that you desire, it's brought to you. It's right there. If you want to use, Abraham Hicks kind of language, it's in the vortex. It's right there. But without the action, you're not able to connect with it and to actually receive it. So action can sometimes be the missing piece. And continuing on with the theme that we're talking about this week, if you're in scarcity mode, switching into action can be really, really powerful. The other thing I love about action is it gets energy flowing as well, because when you think about where you're at with scarcity mindset, if your mind is ruminating on a particular topic, that things are not enough, that you're going to run out of things soon, anything like that, it's very emotional, so and when you think about the root of the word emotion, emotion, energy in motion, it's all about that energy not moving. If you are really stuck in that place, there's a lot of heavy energy that is stuck within your psyche, within your energy field. So the act of doing things can actually get things flowing again for you. Now, it might just be aligned action for you is getting outside and running around the block or going for a walk and just getting your body moving and getting all that flowing again so that you can start to bring in some more kind of flow, some more ideas, some more action. So that might be something that can be possible for you. Now, I want to talk though, before we get too much into that, as to what does aligned action look like? Because for many of us, I think, we we might default to doing things that feel productive, but actually it's not really the kind of action that's going to get you the results that you really, really want. So aligned action is not getting the house clean and doing the laundry and making your 10th cup of coffee and making things look beautiful for your blog or your website, procrastination branding, anything like that. That's not necessarily money making activities if you're talking about wanting to bring more money in, right? So aligned action looks like things that will actually take you a step closer to the thing that you're desiring. So if you're wanting to manifest more money in your life, then it's really about a value exchange. When it comes to money, the only thing that's going on that brings you money is value. There's an energetic exchange going on. So, how could you add more value out there? How could you add more value into the realm of infinite potential? How could you add more value to other human beings, to the world? And, it could be as easy as, right, I'm going to share a social media post. I'm going to share some knowledge. I'm going to share some thoughts and wisdom. And I'm going to put at the end of that, hey, if you want to contact me to talk about this, send me a message. That could be the value that you're putting out there. Maybe you're going to go and apply for a job with a raise. Maybe that's your way of bringing money to you. Maybe you're going to go the extra mile with a client that you're working with, knowing that goodwill will bring you future opportunities. Who knows how? It could be through referrals. It could be that they hire you for another project or another longer ongoing engagement, depending on the type of work that you do. So, how can you add even more value than what you're doing right now? That is one way to think about how you can manifest more money. The other way to think about aligned action, and these are just examples to kind of get you thinking about, what's aligned action and what's not aligned action in your life, is if you're wanting to manifest more love, manifest a new romantic partner, then maybe it's about getting onto the dating app, even if it's really triggering, and sending a couple of messages or having a couple of conversations, seeing where that leads. Or maybe it's taking someone up on a date offer and going out, knowing that it's a numbers game, knowing that even if they're not the right person, you've learned a hell of a lot more about what you want, what you don't want, and what you're really looking for in the future. And you're one step closer because it's a numbers game, right? That is aligned action in the realm of meeting a new romantic partner, if you're on dating apps, for example. So, think about, like, how could you take some aligned action today? It's going to get that energy flowing again, and it's going to help you get out of that scarcity. So, if you're sitting here thinking, I don't know what aligned action can take, and let me know in the comments, actually, whether you're watching us live or you're watching the replay, let me know what aligned action you can take today that's going to help you to create and receive this thing that you're manifesting into your life. Now, you could do a big brainstorm. You could just get a piece of paper and list all these ideas, even the crazy ones, of how you could take some action to bring something to you. So maybe you just want to do that for now. Write down a list, have a think about what you could do. Pick the easiest one. Pick the one that's got the least amount of effort, the least amount of worry, the least amount of triggering, because usually this stuff, there's usually something triggering in this because we're talking about transformation and change, right? When we're manifesting stuff. So, if there's anything triggering there, go for the least triggery one and just do one thing today. And that will take you one step closer to manifesting your desires. I like to think of this a little bit like compound manifestation. And if you've heard me talk about this stuff for a while, and also in the world of weight loss, because I do weight loss coaching as well, you've probably heard me talk about compounding a lot, because I love the concept of doing these tiny things, and they all add up over time and they compound, just like adding a dollar or a pound into a bank account at least once upon a time when the interest rates were better. That would compound over time and it would give you a return on the money that you're putting in. Imagine if you took one tiny little step every single day, one tiny little social media post, one tiny little message to an old client. Hey, how are you doing? Just checking in on you. One tiny little, like, apply for this job or send this email to someone, that is in your networking group. Any little thing that you can do like that. Imagine if you took one tiny little step every day, how that is going to compound over time with all these little bits of aligned action. It's going to be massive change. So I wanted to leave that with you for this Friday. Think about what you can do from an aligned place, something that's going to take you closer. Choose one thing, make it really easy, make it simple, and do it imperfectly. It doesn't even matter if it's not done perfectly. All right. I hope that's been helpful for you. We're going to be back next week with another topic. We are going to continue this deep dive into 100 days of manifestation. I've asked on a poll what topics you want to cover, and a few people have said health. So I'm thinking about health. I'm also thinking about another manifestation technique. So there are a couple of possibilities for next week. If you've got any other ideas, feel free to put them in the comments. I love to hear from you. I love to hear, like, what do you love hearing about? It gives me ideas for new directions that I can take us on in this 100 days of manifestation. All right. Have a lovely weekend. Happy manifesting. And I look forward to seeing you on Monday. Bye.